Hello dear friends, today I am going to discuss with you all about iteration, about looping. How does looping work in any programming platform with reference to C language? Okay, without losing time, let us start one editor called dev.c++. I will be using dev.c++ to let you know about how a program works, how a C program works in terms of iteration, in terms of looping. Okay, so let us start the editor. So I'll be using this editor. Okay, let me minimize. So I think you are looking at this program. So please look at this program. What is happening here? We have a header file has include stdio.h. Well, let me see whether the font size can be upgraded. Can the font be higher font? Okay, let me make it 14 or 15, 16, okay. Now it will be good. So as we know, there is a main function in a C program like this main. The return type of the main function is int. Then the main function starts with this curly bracket and ends up with this curly bracket. Okay, so we have the necessity of one integer. Name of the integer is I in this program. So printf is such a function that can display the string, this string, this one. This is the string that we can print on a output window. Here I am discussing about for loop. We will be having another two looping tools, looping statements, while and do while. First, before going to start up do while and while, we are starting for loop, which is very popular in C language. Here the variable I is initialized with 1. Then I is supposed to move when it is less than or equal to 300, and I will be having a modifier with it, that is I++. Okay, so in every iteration what happens, there is a if condition. If the I is taken remainder with 2 and the remaining value remains 0, then this printf function will come up. That means this for loop is, what happens in this for loop? This for loop is working for I equal to 1, I less than equal to 300, I++. Okay, that means I would like to make it more clear to you. The for loop starts with I equal to 1. Then when I equal to 1, part is executed. From this particular point, the movement goes up, and again I becomes 2. Why 2? Because it is already given a modifier instruction to the compiler that I will be I equal to I plus 1. I can write I plus plus, I can write I equal to I plus 1 also. Okay, so if it is initially 1, it will be 2, then it will be 3, then it will be 4, like this. So if it is I equal to 1 initially, it will be I equal to 2, and 2 is always less than equal to 300, it will go to 3. 3 is less than equal to 300, it will go to 4, like this. It will move up to 301. Okay, when it reaches 301, the entire iteration, entire looping criteria will end up. But okay, it is clear that this for loop is moving how many times? From 1 to 300 times. Now what will this for loop do in this 300 times of iterations? Let me discuss the first iteration clearly, then we will go for the second iteration, then for the third, then for the fourth, like this. So what happens in the first operation? I value was initially 1, I told you. So 1 is taken, remainder with 2. That means 2 zeros are 2, remains 1. 1 is not equal to 0, so nothing to be printed on monitor. That means what is to be printed here? It is to be printed I. I is to be printed here according to the statement. So what is the value of I? I is 1. So I will not be printed because I violates this rule. Then the 2 comes into the market. I'm talking to you in a loose manner. I becomes 2. The 2 is when is divided by 2. This is actually a reminder operator. This percentage like symbol. This is a reminder operator. So when the reminder operator is used for this purpose, 2 is the next value of I is 2. 2 is divided by 2. The value becomes 0. So it is a true statement. 2 1s are 2. There is nothing to remain. So that means left side will be 0. Right side is already a 0. So 0 is equal to 0. So what will happen? The I value, next value of I, that is 2, that will come on monitor with this statement as the headline. The even numbers between 1 and 300 are this. It should not be, let me modify this. Let me modify the entire line. What should I write here? The numbers, okay, divisible by 2 are as follows. It can be written like this also. The numbers divisible by 2 are as follows. Okay, the numbers divisible by 2 are as follows. So the first value comes after this banner, beyond this banner as 2. I'll show you the output. Then it will become 3 because this for loop has a work of only moving and moving and moving until some condition is violated. Because till now no condition is violated, because I is 1 initially, I becomes 2, I becomes 3, like this. So I1 is already discussed, I2 is discussed, I3 will be discussed now. What is I3? Why is I3? Because initial value was I1, then 2, then it is 3. 3 less than equal to 300. Everyone knows. So 3 is when taken remainder to 2 1s are 2. 1 remains, that means 1 is not equal to 0. So 3 will not come on monitor. Then what will come? 4. 4 is when taken remainder. 4 is when divided by 2. Remainder remains 0. Because 2 2s are 4. 0 remains. So 0 is equal to 0. So 4 will come. That means till now we have got 2, then 4. Like this we will miss 5 because 5 is not divisible by 2 properly. So 6 will come on monitor, then 8, like this up to 300. That means the numbers divisible by 2, it has a similar sentence we can write. The even numbers up to 300. Positive even numbers up to 300 are as follows. We can write like that also. So here this is the power of a loop in a computer program. So here we are using C language as a reference for learning iterations in any programming language. The way of printing something on monitor is printf here. The way of separating the numbers, this is the style of writing. So this kind of suppose this is the style of introducing a header file. include stdio.h. So these are some formalities only. If you switch from C language to C++, then to Java language, then to other higher level languages, you will get certain small differences. That doesn't matter actually. If you learn one language very well at the beginning, you can jump into any of the languages. But this concept of looping is almost the same with every language, the concept. So better you concentrate on the concept. So I am today discussing, not today, at this particular session I am discussing with you about the for loop, working of for loop. But now I have discussed the matter only. I have not tested the program through machine. So let us go for compiling this program. That means software is there behind, integrated software with this application that will help us to check whether our program is written correctly as per the grammar. Yes, so let's go for execute, then compile. So compilation time 1.20 second, output size this. These are various compilation results. So these are some of the outcome given by the compiler. So compilation is done successfully. It is the indication. Otherwise, some of the messages would have come here. Now let's go for the next step. That means execute. F10 is also can be used. So I am using only the wizard. So run. So here you're getting the output. What is the output? The numbers divisible by 2 are as follows: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, like this, goes up to 300. That means these values comes within a fraction of second. How is it possible? It is possible only because of the looping we are using, the iteration concept we are using. This is the power of program. The numbers divisible by 2 are as follows. The numbers divisible by 2 are as follows. Now, are you looking at one thing, that 2, there is a space, then 4, there is again space, 6, again space, there is 8. The reason of this space is this. I write 4D. You can write 5D, you can write 6D, something like this. Okay, those separators will help you make some distance with the output. So this black one is the output, and this one is the editor window. That means in editor we walk on, and in output the outcome comes up. Okay, let me show you another thing. If I send here the numbers divisible by 5, I am writing it like the numbers divisible by 5, then what will be the sense here? The sense will be the 1 to 300 times of movements will be still there. 300 testing will be there actually. 300 numbers of movements and 300 testings. So it should be replaced as 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 numbers will fail this test. 5 will pass the test. So 5 will come on monitor. 6, 7, 8, 9 will again fail. Then what will come? 10 will pass. So 5 comes as output. 10 comes as output. Then 15, like this. So up to 300. The limit is given here 300. Yeah, let me make it a bit smaller. Let us say the limit is 100. We are moving 100 times. We are testing 100 times. We are failing 4 times, then passing next time. Then again 4 times we will be failing. So let me compile without doing this. Again let me compile it. Similarly, this compilation result comes with a success.